Hey guys, thanks for stopping in for another diecast review. This is not necessarily a diecast review, I guess. This is more or less just showing you what I have for Daytona 500 winning diecast cars. Not necessarily race to win versions. This one that you see here is an old original Thunderbird, an action Thunderbird from back in the day. And I made a custom Davey Allison 28 Haviland car out of it. We're talking like original, here I'll show you the box. We're talking original Action Platinum Series, like box, same size as the car type stuff here. This was originally, oh, got a wheel coming off. This is originally a Jeff Bodine car. The 7 QVC car, but went ahead and stripped it, got the power slide decals, and did a Davey Allison custom. And this is the 1992 Daytona 500 paint scheme that Davey ran when he won. So there's that one. The next one I have, and I'm working on some customs right now, trying to get I want to do a Daytona 500 collection, whether it's some custom cars or just buying the race win diecasts or whatever. Obviously back in the 90s they didn't have race win diecasts, so trying to find the exact same paint scheme is tough. So sometimes like that Davey Allison, sometimes it's nice to just get the power slide decals and make your own custom that's accurate down to every single decal. So this one here, obvious who this one is, 98 Dale Earnhardt. This is a custom as well. I started with David Green Caterpillar 96 car, stripped it down, and went ahead and did a custom of the 98 Daytona 500 paint scheme. So got the big plus logo on the hood that everybody knows very well. That's what I think of when I think of Dale Earnhardt winning the Daytona 500, because that big logo is what you saw as he was driving down pit road, high-fiving all the crew members and everything. So that was kind of cool. This was actually the first custom I ever did, so it's not perfect. There are a few places where the decals didn't stick perfectly at first. I was just kind of getting used to the way the water slide decals work, and so I thought, well, this spot where some of these spots where the decal isn't sticking, I'll just use super glue to glue it down. Well, super glue likes to eat these water slide decals right to nothing, so that's why the bottom of this P is kind of goofy looking, kind of melted a little bit, and same with the back side of the tail of the P back here. But this it turned out okay. I've got automotive clear coat on it, and the paint job, it was an older car, obviously being a Jeff Green, and the paint, it wasn't great to begin with. But when I put that automotive clear coat on it, it's kind of tough on those water slide decals. So I have since gone to an actual modeler's clear coat that works a lot better and does not destroy the decals. So the next one I would have, let's see here, 2001, obviously iconic in many ways, but Michael Waltrip's first Cup win, the same race that we lost Dale Earnhardt, 2001 Daytona 500. This one's kind of cool. It's got the wicker bill on the roof, and then the return edge on the spoiler, the wicker, whatever they called that on the side. I don't remember if they called it wicker bill on both of them or what it was, but yeah, it's got the spoiler with the return edge on the front, like they had back in the early 2000s on the Speedway cars. So this is actually a Revell top, and I kind of did a custom job here on the bottom. It's an Action bottom side, actually came out of a bank car, so you can see the key and the the bank deal there. But I put actually put an actual fuel cell in it, so from the top you can't tell it's a bank. These Revel cars, Revel, however you want to say it, they were a decent car, and I actually think by this time Action had bought them out and was making the diecast, but they had a plastic underbody chassis, and they just felt light and chintzy, so I customized this one in that way. This has got the better looking tires and wheels on it that the Actions had. The Revel cars had kind of a goofy looking tire that was a little too fat for what they should have been. And so anyway, this is the 2001 Daytona 500 winner. It's got the signatures of all the crew members. They would do that before the car went to Daytona USA. So not really much for race like race damage. I thought one spot had like a scuff or something. Yeah, there's like a scuff back here, right here on this rear corner, you can see. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of detail. So the next one I've got is going to be another Waltrip 2003 Daytona 500 winning diecast, if I can focus. This one here, also a Revel, and it does have the plastic underbody, but it is like of a higher quality than the previous one we just looked at. This, I think, was close to like the last year they did the Revel. Action had bought them out by now, so the diecast, the top of the car, you can't tell is anything other than an Action car, but the bottom is plastic. They did put the Action tires and wheels on it though, so I'm having a heck of a time with this focusing, but they did put the Action tires and wheels on the car, so it did look good that way. But yeah, just a little bit lighter, doesn't quite have the weight that the diecast underbodies do, obviously. Fuel cell detail is good. Engine detail is actually, I think, if I can open this, they had, yeah, about the same engine detail as a standard ARC diecast, but a little bit more race damage, if you will. It's got some scuffs on the hood there, on the front. It's got all the tape and everything, but there's just a little bit of dirt and scum. The one thing that I did notice, the Y is missing in the Goodyear logo there on the left front fender. But yeah, other than that, a little bit of damage, mainly tape and things like that on this car, but it does have a little bit of grime and scum on the nose and hood there. So the next year, our man Dale Jr. won the Daytona 500, and this is a full race win version. I can get this to focus. I don't know why I'm having such an issue with this. It must be because I'm coming in close and going away and on and on and on. But kind of a fun fact here, you'll notice the left front wheel is red and the rest of the wheels on the car are black. That was because I looked this up, and I'm going to get it wrong, but I think they got a wheel from Casey Kane and the 9 team, and there was something wrong. I don't remember what was wrong with their own tire and wheel, but they had to borrow a tire and wheel from the number 9 Dodge team. So that's what they finished the Daytona 500 with, was one of Casey Kane's wheels. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, ton of damage, ton of grime and stuff up on the nose. The get that to focus, man. The grill's taped off there, you can see lots of dirt and grime. The tires are covered in white paint from driving through the infield on his celebration. donuts down the side of the door and the quarter panel. This was the first year, must have been, yeah, it's the Nextel inaugural Nextel season. 2003 was the last year of the Winston Cup Series. But got green grass on this quarter panel here. That's kind of cool. Tire rubs, rubber marks on the right front fender. More white paint on the tires. But yeah, all in all, cool diecast. If you're a Dale Jr. collector, you gotta have this one in your collection. This is a standard. It's not an elite, but still really cool. I definitely had to have that one, being that I'm a Dale Jr. collector. Got a couple more here. This one is not completely accurate. This is a custom. I made this out of just a donor Chevy SS. I think it was like an Austin Dillon car or something. But I went ahead and stripped it and made this 2014. This is a 2014 paint scheme that Junior ran in the 2014 Daytona 500 when he won. The spoiler is not quite accurate, as you can see. It needs to be a little bit different there. But for a custom, it turned out pretty good. These power slide decals on this one they're new, so they lay down really good. They stick well. They work good with the setting compounds, and that clear coat I was talking about before lays on these really, really well. And I mean, if you're looking close, you can see some flaws in certain places, but for the most part, this thing turned out pretty good for a custom. So not too much more on that. It's not 100% accurate or anything, but it is still a pretty cool car to have in my collection. And if you're just looking at it from outside the case, you don't necessarily know that it's not the actual action car that they made. So this last one, this is probably my favorite Daytona Race 1 diecast. These are pretty cool. The Kurt Busch 2017 Race 1 diecast from the Daytona 500. Quite a bit of damage down the right side of the car. Lots of bare bonded tape. Right front fender's all taped up. Scrapes down the door. You can hardly see the number. Lots of white paint on the tires from the infield paint. And this is cool. He caught some of the grass diving into the infield to do his burnouts. Big old chunk of green sod on the hood that was on it in Victory Lane. They left that, even took it to the Daytona USA exhibit with the grass on the hood. Somebody had a picture of it later on in the year. The grass was all brown and dead, but tons of confetti on this thing. Lots and lots of confetti, more tire rubs and grinds down the door. Like I say, you can barely see the number on this side or the other side, but lots of confetti all over the windows, the trunk lid, the roof, hood, down the left side. Rear doesn't have a whole lot of damage, and the nose itself doesn't have a whole lot of damage where they had to tape or fix anything. But yeah, that one's really cool. I'm glad I got it. Caught it on an eBay auction, and I do collect a number of Kurt Busch cars. He's not my #1 guy to collect, but I do have quite a few of his, so this one was pretty cool to add to the collection. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day tomorrow watching the Daytona 500. I'm gonna be with some buddies, and we're gonna make some food, and just excited to kick off the race season. I always kind of dread the off season when we don't have racing on Sunday, because it's kind of something to look forward to every week. So anyway, thanks for letting me share these with you. Comment and subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing, and let me know what you think, and tell me about your Daytona 500 collections. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you on the next one.